Hello everyone, and welcome to what I promise will be my last video on Super Mario Galaxy 2 in a while. Although you can expect some videos on Super Mario Galaxy quite soon, that is the original Galaxy game, that is once I order a replacement because the disc here is kaput. I tried everything to save it, but it didn't work. But in any case, last week we went over the top 11 hardest green stars. This week we're going over the top 11 hardest regular old stars. There's 122 throughout the game, but 10 were particularly tough, and one made me want to cry. So without further ado, let's get started. At number 11 we have Tall Trunk Galaxy, Tall Trunk's Purple Coin Slide. Honestly, this level is on the list more for the rage I felt playing this game as a younger kid than I do now. It still takes me a couple attempts to get it these days, but back then, my god, I'd always be falling off, or of course, not collecting 100 coins. You gotta collect 100 of them, and you can't miss that many. One time, I collected 99. Let's just say my reaction to that event involved a whole lot of rage. In any case, as long as you make your jumps carefully and pay attention to where the coins are, this shouldn't be too difficult, but a younger me begs to differ, and I remember that 99 coin rage. At number 10 we have Upside Dizzy Galaxy, Burning Upside Dizzy. I mean, this one is more tedious than difficult if I'm being quite honest, and that's why it's lower on this list, but come on. You got 20 seconds to burn all these boxes, and if you're not super efficient with your fireballs, then guess what? All those boxes that you burnt magically regenerate, and you gotta start all over again. And really what this level reminds me of is this dude named Guillermo, who is my second most hated character in this game behind Leba. This dude tells you to, quote, put some elbow grease into it after you fail. Dude, you didn't have to make the boxes magically regenerate. But after like 5 or 6 attempts and some mild frustration, I'm able to get past this annoying mission. At number 9 we have Hytale Falls Galaxy, Hytale Falls Speedrun. For being a World 2 level, Hytale Falls packs a pretty decent challenge, not gonna lie. And then it only gets more intense when the Prankster comment only gives you 3 minutes to get to the star. And look, the Yoshi Dash Pepper section at the end is where this truly gets on my nerves. You gotta make a lot of precise dash peppery maneuvers towards the end, where you and Yosh can't crash into things. You could fall off and die. Or you could fall off and waste time, which can eventually lead to you running out of time and dying. But I wrote in my notes that when replaying this game, that honestly you just gotta be in the right mindset to beat this mission. One night I was struggling to get past that last section. The next day I woke up and beat it with 57 seconds left. Isn't that strange? At number 8 we have Bowser's Gravity Gauntlet, the Gravity Star Speedrun. The strict time limit in this Prankster comment adds so much pressure for me. I gotta make sure I collect every clock in order to pass here. And getting hit by the large amount of fireballs that pass by, well, that definitely tends to happen. And that wastes time. This level's all about time, that's why I gotta collect all those freaking clocks. And sometimes you gotta do a precise jump to get a clock. And if you mess up that precise jump, you waste time. Congratulations. And because there's so little time, and because I'm a nervous gamer of sorts, I end up screwing up what should probably be simple things. That's why it's a lot harder than the regular mission where you actually have to fight Bowser at the end. For me at least, this is like a lot harder. At number 7 we have the Rolling Masterpiece Galaxy Speedrun. I promise you we're almost done with speedruns. Now the regular mission in Rolling Masterpiece was already a bit of a pain. What with the motion-controlled ball and all the maneuvers involving that. But now you gotta do everything in 2 minutes, and there's so many different areas of this galaxy. Now you'd be surprised how long 2 minutes can last. That's why good quarterbacks can really slow down time during a 2-minute drill. But my brain doesn't work like that. It panics when it sees that 2-minute timer, and honestly, I try to rush everything, and all that does is lead to death. And still, getting that silver chomp to fall off at the end can be a pain, and I've run out of time definitely a few times there. Overall, spotty motion controls plus a really strict time limit equals pain. Pain. At number 6 we have Bowser Jr.'s Boom Bunker, the Boomsday Machine Daredevil Run. This galaxy is pretty freaking hard when doing it without getting hit even once. The first part of the level is actually one of the hardest parts. You gotta get that bullet bill to break the glass, but if you get stuck in the mud, bullet doesn't break glass, bullet breaks you. You manage to get past that, and eventually you get into a section where you gotta kill a couple boomerang bros. That's always a little stressful when you can't even get hit once. Then there's this purple poisonous swamp section. Then of course you actually get to your battle against Bowser Jr. involving the Cloudflower. This is the coolest boss battle in the game, I think, and the original mission, it's not a particularly difficult battle. But when there's no margin for error in terms of getting hit, that definitely cranks things up a bit. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme, but whatever. But eventually, you'll be able to get all 3 of those hits in Bowser Jr. and beat this thing once and for all. At number 5, we have Flipsville Galaxy Purple Coin Speedrun. Okay, now we're done with the speedruns. I guess I'm just really bad at them, probably because I can't handle the pressure of a time limit. And with this level, you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to collect all 100 purple coins in a level with constantly changing gravity. Does it sound difficult? It is. You use the spin drill to flip between various sections of this underground area, but if you miss any of the coins, that's really tough. Reattempting getting the coins is difficult for two reasons. One, the gravity is gotta be in the right direction, and secondly, and far more importantly, you're wasting time. You gotta be really precise with your spin drilling within this 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get all 100 purple coins. I'll leave it at that. At number 4, we have Flip Out Galaxy Cosmic Clone Wall Jumpers. You know, for much of this game, cosmic clones are not really a problem. They just follow Mario around, but the path is pretty straightforward, and the little guys, they just die out, and we good. But this time, it's Mario that's doing the dying. The regular mission without the cosmic clones, not that bad. Just time your wall jumps right, time your shaking right between the different platforms, and all is well. But when those clones get involved, oh god, I really need those 2 checkpoints, let's just say that. Especially the one located towards that end section with all the spikes popping up and the walls that come immediately after those spikes. You gotta make all your wall jumps super precise towards the end and not mess them up, or else those freaking clones will be out to get you. And trust me, they were out to get me quite a bit and I didn't like it. At number 3, we have Stone Cyclone Galaxy Silver Stars on the Cyclone. This galaxy is just straight up scary. You have these things called Tox Boxes moving really fast, trying to crush you, and the best way I can describe them is they're demented thwomps. You thought womps were demented thwomps? No, Tox Boxes, those guys are the real demented thwomps. Now there are some blue switches located around the galaxy to essentially slow them down, but it's only temporary, and you gotta use that time smartly, because once that time runs out, all those Tox Boxes are out to crush you yet again. This is just the galaxy of instant death. You don't get hit and then go down to 2, lives. You either get crushed by a Tox Box, or you mistime a jump and you fall to your death. These are the 2 ways that you die. I haven't even mentioned yet that the mission itself is collecting 5 silver stars, and that's the only thing you gotta do. They're pretty sparsely located though, and even though it's a short galaxy, it just feels longer just because of how far apart those 5 silver stars are, and the many deaths required to get those 5 stars. At number 2, we have Boss Blitz Galaxy Throwback Throwdown. In a way, this mission reminds me of my number 1 choice in that it's a pure gauntlet. You gotta face 5 straight bosses from the original Super Mario Galaxy in a throwback throwdown of sorts. Now, in all fairness, the first 2 bosses, they're easy. Petey Piranha is a piece of cake, and King Caliente is just as easy. But then you get to Major Burrows, and that's where the trouble begins, for me at least. Getting the 3rd hit on this guy is really troublesome. You gotta ground pound twice and hit him in the back twice really quickly before he starts, burrowing underground again. Then we have Bouldergeist, and he's a major pain. The dude is always crushing stuff with his hands, which reminds me of Huge Hans from Heinz Doofenshmirtz's tragic childhood. Then you get to the final boss with Fiery Petey Piranha. You gotta hit him 4 times, and again, it's that last hit that's a pain. He's running around at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and if you don't eventually hit him, he gets you with his fieriness, and you die. You might be surprised that I consider this harder than the Prankster Comet, considering the Prankster Comet's a speedrun. Well, actually, by that point, you build up the muscle memory from beating all the bosses, and it wasn't all that tough. What would have been horrible is if the Prankster Comet was a Daredevil run. But even if the Prankster Comet was a Daredevil run, I have a feeling it wouldn't have been anywhere near as hard as this. Do I even have to say it? At number 1, we have the most obvious choice, Grandmaster Galaxy's Perfect Run. I'll keep it real with you guys. The last time I played this game, last time I really played this game before this whole quarantine time, was about 5 years ago, and I got most of the stars in the game in that playthrough. I never got this one, at least not until a few days ago. I'll be honest with you people, I'm not naturally talented at video games, at least not platformers involving hand-eye coordination. Really, I'm a boss at strategy games, but not platformers. The dozens of Marios I lost, the hours of gameplay logged in, just raging, pleading, trying to beat this level. All of this deserves me talking about this level for like at least the next 2-3 minutes or so, so let's talk about it. The first section of the level can be surprisingly difficult until you get the muscle memory down. These fellows, who go by the name of Choppa, can really get in the way if you don't time your jumps with Yoshi right. Then you get to this flip switch area, which is really the easiest part of the level and a complete waste of my time. But hey, if you've died as many times as I have on this level, a couple of those deaths will be from accidentally doing something stupid in this section. The next section with Cloud Mario is pretty easy too, but again, if you've died as many times as I have, occasionally you're going to find a way to screw up here. And it's important to carry 2 clouds into the next section, because you're probably going to want them. It's section 4 with the switching platforms and the lasers shooting at you. This is by far and away the hardest part of the level. There's a bunch of different ways you can approach it, but the patient way, with jumping over the lasers, that just wasn't working for me. What worked better for me, but still often failed, is timing the switching platform jumps perfectly so that the lasers don't really shoot at you. And if you can manage that, you next head into the easier section 5 with the pull stars. And I say easier, but not easy per se, because you can still screw things up. There's a lot of timing involved and a lot of patience. You gotta wait for the right time to go from pull star to pull star. And if you don't, you get shocked. And then of course, we have section 6. You encounter a bunch of hammer bros whose hammers you must dodge. Then 3 boomerang bros who you must kill. Overall, I'd say I had about 6 runs end here before I ultimately beat the level, but they always ended courtesy of the Hammer Bros. And I'm so thankful that I never died on one of the last 3 Boomerang Bros, because I don't know if my heart would have been able to take it. And I'll tell you, when I did kill those 3 Boomerang Bros and I flew off to Rosalina to collect that star, it was the greatest feeling of joy imaginable. I'm not exaggerating when I say it's probably my proudest moment ever when playing video games. My heart was beating so fast that I honestly was just a little bit scared I was having a heart attack. But everything was fine. I beat the level, and if you ever want inspiration in life to never give up, just know that a guy with very poor hand-eye coordination beat all 242 stars in Super Mario Galaxy 2, including the perfect run. And that is where we end the video.